In a vast world of endless cubic horizons, where every sunrise promised new adventures, there lived a lone hero, known throughout the land for his unmatched bravery and insatiable curiosity. Every village whispered tales of his daring exploits, but one legend intrigued him more than any other: story of the forgotten dungeon. Hidden deep beneath the mountains, it was said to be filled with untold riches, ancient artifacts, and challenges so perilous that no one had ever returned to tell the tale. For most, this was a warning. For him, it was an invitation. Early one morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the pixelated trees, the hero prepared for his journey. He packed his essentials: a sturdy iron sword, a well-worn pickaxe, a bundle of torches, and enough provisions to last days. As he gazed at the map he had found in an old ruin, he felt a mixture of excitement and determination. The entrance to the dungeon was marked near a towering mountain range, its location almost lost to time. With every step, he felt the thrill of the unknown, a pull toward the mystery that awaited. Hours turned into days as he journeyed through forests, crossed rivers, and scaled rugged cliffs. Each night, he rested under the stars, sharpening his tools and preparing for what lay ahead. Finally, on the third day, he stood before a cavernous entrance carved into the mountainside. The air around it was cold, and the faint sound of dripping water echoed from within. Shadows danced along the walls as the hero lit a torch and stepped inside. The dungeon was unlike anything he had ever seen. Its stone walls were ancient, covered in vines and glowing runes. The air was thick with mystery, and every step echoed eerily in the vast, hollow corridors. As he ventured deeper, the silence was broken by a faint rustling sound. The hero frowned, his hand instinctively reaching for his sword. From the shadows emerged a massive spider, its eyes glinting in the torchlight. With a swift swing of his blade, he dispatched the creature, but the encounter left him wary. If this was the dungeon's first guardian, what other dangers lay ahead? Moving forward, he noticed a faint glimmer in the corner of the room. A chest, partially hidden by cobwebs, beckoned to him. Carefully, he opened it to reveal gold bars, emeralds, and an old map. The map appeared to detail the dungeon's deeper levels, with a red X marking what seemed to be a treasure chamber. Clutching it tightly, the hero pressed onward, his resolve strengthening with each step. As he descended further, the temperature dropped, and the walls began to shimmer with traces of frost. Soon, he reached a massive cavern. At its center stretched a rickety wooden bridge over a vast lake of bubbling lava. The heat was intense, and the air shimmered with waves of it. The hero took a deep breath and stepped onto the bridge. Each plank creaked under his weight, but he moved forward steadily. Suddenly, the sound of splintering wood shattered the tense silence. The bridge began to collapse behind him. Heart racing, he sprinted forward, leaping to safety just as the last plank fell into the fiery abyss below. Breathing heavily, he looked around and noticed a new challenge ahead. A large chamber with a puzzle carved into its stone walls. 4 buttons were etched to resemble a sword, a pickaxe, a torch, and a book. Below them, an inscription read, "The light reviews the path forward." After a moment of thought, the hero pressed the torch symbol. Instantly, gears began to grind, and a hidden door creaked open. Smiling to himself, he stepped into the newly revealed corridor. The next level of the dungeon was a labyrinth of narrow tunnels. As he navigated through, he encountered skeletal archers lurking in the shadows. Their arrows whizzed past him, clattering against the walls. Using the twists and turns of the tunnels to his advantage, he evaded their attacks and defeated them one by one. Exhausted but triumphant, he stumbled upon another chest. Inside, he found a brewing stand and rare ingredients. Taking a moment to rest, he brewed a potion of speed, knowing it might be crucial for the challenges ahead. The deeper he went, the louder the dungeon seemed to grow, with distant echoes of grinding stone and the faint roar of some massive beast. Eventually, he entered a vast hall dominated by a towering stone golem. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light as it turned to face him. The hero's grip tightened on his sword. The golem's movements were slow but powerful, each step shaking the ground. Using his speed potion, the hero darted around the massive creature, striking at its weak points while avoiding its crushing blows. After a grueling battle, the golem collapsed, revealing yet another door. Beyond the door lay the final chamber. The air was heavy with anticipation as the hero stepped inside. At the center of the room was a massive chest, radiating an ethereal glow. But before he could approach, a shadowy figure emerged, a guardian Enderman, its tall form towering over him. The hero averted his gaze, knowing the creature's wrath was triggered by direct eye contact. Relying on his reflexes and strategy, he evaded the Enderman's teleporting attacks and delivered precise strikes. The battle was fierce and unrelenting, but eventually, the Enderman let out a final screech and vanished. With the guardian defeated, the hero approached the chest. Inside, he found treasures beyond imagination: diamonds, gold, enchanted books, and an ancient artifact set to bring prosperity to his bearer. As he held the artifact, he felt a strange warmth, as if it resonated with his spirit. Climbing back to the surface, the hero was greeted by the golden light of dawn. The dungeon had tested him in every way, but he emerged stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever new adventures awaited. Looking out over the horizon, he smiled. This was just the beginning of his story.